Tuk Tuk. Meet Gabriella. She adopted this sweet boy from the Blue Mountain Humane Society last February. I love cats. These cuddly and independent critters have inspired thousands of years of literature, art, music, and even been worshipped in some cultures. They are beloved, but they also have a significant impact on our environment, particularly on wild birds. So what can you do to help balance a healthy cat and the wildlife population? Let's find out today on Hometown. American writer Lloyd Alexander wrote, "Perhaps one reason we are fascinated by cats is because such a small animal can contain so much independence, dignity, and freedom of spirit." But my favorite observation about cats comes from Abraham Lincoln, of all people, who said, "No matter how much cats fight, there always seem to be plenty of kittens." Estimates are that there are more than 70 million pet cats in the United States, along with a stray and feral population estimated at nearly 100 million. That's a lot of cats. And it's easy to see why we love them so much. After all, they're social and fun-loving, but also self-sufficient and unimpressed. In our community, cats play a vital role, from barn cats to companions. Today, we explore what the Blue Mountain Humane Society does to help maintain a healthy cat population. And then we discuss keeping our wildlife healthy even when the two collide with Lynn Tompkins of the Blue Mountain Wildlife Foundation. Let's discuss how we can do what's right for our cats, wildlife, environment, and keep them all healthy, essential ingredients in the remarkable story of us.
Dr. Ashley Rice, thank you so much for having us here.
Yes,
so you are
I'm a veterinarian. I'm the medical director here at Blue Mountain Humane Society.
And how long have you been here, Dr. Rice?
Just over a year and a half.
Awesome.
Yeah,
and why do you love what you do?
I love it because I get to work with people and animals. So a lot of people think that's, just like working with animals, but it's important that you can work with people as well, because all animals come with people. And but what I really love is getting the chance to work with homeless pets. So being able to help cats and dogs that don't already have a home find their forever home.
Aw, that's sweet. And who are you holding here?
This is Mackerel.
Oh, hi, kitty.
And he is a very sweet kitty. He came to us as a stray and had an upper respiratory tract infection that he will probably have kind of off and on for his life. But we treat it when it gets bad enough it needs treatment. But you would never know. He's super sweet and just a big love.
And as we're talking about adopting these beautiful kitty cats, and we're talking about homeless cats, what would your advice be to someone who thinks that they do have a feral cat? It comes to their house, is kind of skittish. What would you say to that person?
I would say contact us, for one, and also contact our amazing TNR volunteer, Linda Stevens, who I think you'll be talking to later. She can help get you set up with us. We offer spay and neuter for feral cats. And it's really important because cats will have lots of babies and they can have multiple litters a year. And one cat can produce, 30 kittens quickly in a year and a half or
That's
less.
Amazing.
And the other thing to know is that there are feral cats that don't want to be tamed. They don't want to live in a home. They don't want to be on your lap. They like their home outdoors and they want to be left there. And the nice thing about what we do is we TNR. So we trap them, they come in, they get vaccinations, they get surgery, spay or neuter, and then they are released back to their home.
So if a feral cat does come in, what is the time frame that they would be here?
For our TNR services, it's just the day.
The day.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
so
day.
it's not like a traumatic.
No,
okay.
no. We try to do our best to have it be quick. They come in that early that morning, 7:45 a.m.
Okay.
We do their surgeries, and they're usually picked up by 4.
Okay, and back out to their
Yeah.
environment. Well,
Yes.
thank you, Dr. Rice and Mackerel.
Yes.
And Mackerel, I hope you find a
Yeah.
house. You're cute.
Yes, thank you very
Thanks.
much. Thank you.
Linda and Steve, thanks so much for having us here on Hometown here at the Blue Mountain Humane Society.
Thanks for having us.
Nice to be here.
Well, it's super, and it was great to hear from Dr. Rice on some things about cats. And Linda, you're a volunteer here.
Yes.
Why do you volunteer here?
Well, I started volunteering here in 2015, and I just love animals. And my first fostering job, that's how I got started. My mama dog had 12 puppies in my family room.
Oh my!
Yes, so that's how I kind of got started, and since then I've been fostering and cats, mostly cats now, but yeah, I just love cats. And the TNR, Trap, Neuter, Return program, I for some reason like feral cats.
And so here you are doing a service to our community and to the kitty cats. And Steve, what is your role here at the Humane Society?
I am the development manager as well as communications manager. So my job is to fundraise, run events, interface with the community, get our message out there, run our social media, run our website, things like that.
And we should say this is a not-for-profit organization. And so you
Absolutely.
folks thrive and survive on
Yes.
donations here to the Humane Society.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And about how many people do you have here, Steve, working?
We have a little over 20 staff members right now.
Okay. And then how many volunteers, Linda?
Gosh, I don't know how many volunteers.
Well, at any given time, we have probably about 20 regularly active volunteers.
Okay.
And then in our volunteer system, we probably have more than 150 that we can call upon for help.
If we need
depending
help.
on what we need, yes.
So Blue Mountain Humane Society started when in Walla Walla?
1967, I believe, is when it first started.
Okay.
And it was not here. It first came here, I believe, in 2003.
Okay, the current location.
It was
where
at the airport
Oh,
at one time, and then in, I think, 2003 it came here. And in 2017 we had a big capital campaign and we remodeled, and
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Here we are at your new location. So what would you say to somebody, the importance of making sure that cats are not running wild? That's what we want to talk a little bit about here, Linda, and that's what you do with the trap and release, correct?
Trap, Neuter, Return, yes.
Yes, so talk a little bit about that.
Well, the Trap, Neuter, Return is for people who have feral cats, not tame cats.
Meaning wild cats.
Well, wild, or probably they feed the cats. Probably they could pet the cats. Nobody else could. Like in my barn, I have 6 cats. I can pet them. Nobody else would be able to. Yeah.
So we have the feral cats that are out there, but what happens is then they're procreating, and then we have kittens and kittens and more kittens. And
Yes, and a mama cat can get pregnant at 4 months.
at 4 months.
4 months, and so then she'll probably have at least 3 litters a year. She could have 4, and in a litter there could be 3 to 6 to 7. I saw a mama cat that had 9 babies. I've never seen that many kittens in a litter, and so then they grow up. When that female becomes 4 months old, she could get pregnant.
Wow. And having so many litters, does that also take a toll on the mama cat's life? Obviously because of
Yes.
all the cats. And how long, what is the gestation period of pregnancy for cats?
About 9 weeks.
9 weeks, okay.
And a mama will get pregnant 2 weeks after she's had her litter,
Oh my.
and she will never stop having babies.
So it just
Her
keeps
whole life.
So this is pretty serious.
Yes.
And talk with me about though how many kids, more cats and cats. What's the danger of all of that?
Well, disease, is an issue. It's just not healthy for the cats to have that many. And if people are feeding them, expense, feeding that many cats, that's...
So talk with us about the release. So what happens? Someone then catches the cat somehow in a feeder, in a cat carrier, and brings it to you. Walk us through that.
So, well, like yesterday, there was a trap neuter return event here, program, surgery. So myself, I brought in, I believe, 17 cats.
Wow.
In different locations that were trapped. They came in yesterday morning at 7:45. They had surgery. We came and got them that afternoon, yesterday afternoon. I have them in my garage because they spend the night. Feed them in the traps, give them food and water because they need the water after they had their surgery.
Right.
So, and then they'll go back today,
Okay.
this afternoon later where they came from.
So what is the attraction between us and cats? I mean, Steve, you said you like cats, and Linda, you said you like cats. Why do you like cats, Steve?
Good question. For me, there's sort of they fulfill two things. They've got the social role. They seek your attention, but they also have this aloofness where they sort of don't need you.
Yeah.
And so there is that, like, if you can get a cat to love you, it's like, wow, that's great, because this cat, like I said, they're kind of aloof.
Yeah.
There's, obvious things like they're beautiful animals. They're, as far as a pet goes, they're small, they're easy to keep in your home, they're easy to care for, they're pretty self-sufficient. They're playful, they're intelligent. Even things just like the act of their purring is a very soothing sound to have a cat in your lap purring. And there's just a lot of components to them that I find rewarding.
And they're funny too.
Yeah.
Cats have a personality. Linda, how about for you? Why do you like cats?
Well, I guess growing up, I grew out way north of the county and on a farm and had a lot of cats, so I tamed cats way back when.
Yeah.
So I just love cats. I took a cat to college even.
Did you really?
I did.
Did the dean in the dorm? Were you in the dorm?
No.
No. Okay.
No. Not then. And like Steve said, the purring. There's something therapeutic about a cat sitting on your lap and purring.
Yeah. They're funny.
They have personalities.
Yeah, personality plus. And what you said, Steve, cats kind of can be introverted and kind of do like their own thing, and yet they come out when they want to say something. So if someone is wanting to adopt a cat, what can they do?
They can go look at our website. We list all of our available cats on our website. We have an online application form. We recommend that they, watch the cats that we have, pick out the one they want, fill out an online application.
Yes, all those cute little faces are on your website with cute names.
And then, when they're ready, they can come here and visit. We have opening visiting hours from noon to 3, Tuesday through Friday. And then on Saturday, it's noon to 2.
Okay.
And they can either come browse the cats, or we can set up a specific meet and greet where they can come spend time with the cat and see if they, are a good match or not.
Wonderful. What we hope is happening over here.
Yes.
And funding. Can someone go to your website and give a donation?
Yes, there are a variety of ways to support us. Online donations are one of them. They can go to our website. There is a menu item that they can click on to give. And there are other ways that they can donate in-kind items if they have, food or supplies they want to donate. We have a wish list on our website that they can read to see the items that we really need. People can donate their time, like Linda does. Our volunteer staffing, they're basically unpaid staff. Because of the contributions they give us on an annual basis, their donation level is more than $250,000 a year in labor.
Good.
So, time is very valuable.
That's a blessing.
And, skills and knowledge as well. So.
Wonderful. Well, Linda and Steve, thank you for what you're doing here for the cats in our society, and thanks for being on Hometown and making our hometown great.
And if people go to our website, there's all kinds of information on our website. We have different programs for all kinds of
Wonderful.
things. Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
thank you so
yes,
much.
yes.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Lynn, I'm so happy to be able to talk with you today about Blue Mountain Wildlife. This is a place where we can bring animals that we might find that are injured. Or tell us a little bit more
That's
about
right. Well, first, thank you for inviting me. I'm very happy to be here. Yes, we are a wildlife rehabilitation center. We accept native wildlife that are injured. Mostly they're injured. Sometimes they're sick, displaced, whatever. And mostly they have had some interaction with people, either intentional or just unintentional. And I started back in the mid-'80s. I was working as a veterinary technician at Pendleton Veterinary Clinic, and they had a young veterinarian who came to work, and he was really interested in raptors and rehabilitation.
Yes.
And word soon spread, and Fish and Wildlife started bringing us birds, and at that point it was just raptors. And I worked with him for a year, and he's still my mentor, although now we have to communicate via email or text or something like that. But yeah, that's kind of
how it got started then.
How it kind of came to be, because there were no rehabilitation centers in Eastern Oregon.
Okay, so there was no way to even deal with this issue when it came up.
No, yeah, it was. I'm not sure where the closest one at that point was. Somewhere on the west side, I'm pretty sure.
And so Blue Mountain Wildlife is located in Pendleton?
We're located in Pendleton.
And mostly you take birds from Oregon, true?
This is true.
It's mostly birds as well, right?
It's mostly birds, and that's mostly what people find. We accept mammals if they're native species. The one that we can't accept, or the most common are fox squirrels. It's an eastern fox squirrel, so they're introduced species.
Is that the kind of squirrel that we find in our yards most often?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Now in Washington, those can be rehabilitated. I can't do that, but Washington facilities can.
They
do
can?
Eastern fox.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's
a
different rules there.
Yes. A lot of the rules are similar, but when it comes to native versus non-native, Washington would rather have whatever it is go to a licensed rehabber than not. But Oregon says
they need to be truly native.
Only native species. So we don't do fox squirrels, house sparrows, or starlings, which we don't really have time to do all the house sparrows and starlings that people find.
Sure.
But
yeah, I can imagine there would be a lot of those. Yeah.
There are, yeah.
Yeah. So you have some animals right now probably at your facility. What's
what
there?
do we have now? Well, we have released when we get baby raptors, the method I like to use, if they can't go back to their family, it's called hacking. And it basically replicates what the parents do. So right now we converted one flight pen to a very large hack station for our barn owls, because we have released 70 baby barn owls. And
this year?
Yes. Yes, and right now we have the most amazing night show every night, because they're out flying around, squawking and hollering, and they come back into where they were released from, because the food, the mice are put out there. About 350 a night right now is what they're eating. That's at $1 a mouse.
So this is $350 a day just to feed those.
Just for the barn owls.
Yeah.
And we have, let's see, we just moved 3 more kestrels out to their hack site. And so there's a total of 15. And they will be released. Well, it'll probably be a few more days. We want the 3 that just got out there to be there for a while, because it's a mew on one end of our large flight pen, and it has a window to the outside. So we'll just take the window out. It's a mesh covered thing, and then they'll be able to go, and we'll have a separate place during the day where we feed them from.
So some of the injuries that, for the most part, birds come in with that are caused by people? What are they? What are typical ones?
The top 3 causes: cars, cats, windows. So cars are number 1.
Yeah.
Cats and windows, I'm not sure. I think the bird hits the window because if you can see through it, you can fly through it. So they don't recognize a window. And then the cats have figured it out that all we have to do is wait at the window and something will land on the ground. I think that happens a lot.
Do you think those are related? Maybe?
And you know, I really like cats. But cats are an invasive species as well. They're not native.
At least not the house cats we have.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes, house cats. And so cats indoors, one year I did a big cats indoors campaign, but you know, because it's safer for the cat and it's safer for birds.
You would be happy that's how our cat lives.
Oh,
now,
very
she's
good.
not completely thrilled about it. She does a lot of window watching of the birds at the bird feeder, but she always has
But
to
that's
stay
entertaining,
inside.
you know.
I know. We tell
And
her it's
then
television for her.
There you go. And then I heard a while back about this catio thing.
Yes.
That's kind of a cool thing
Yes.
to have for
Those
your
are
cat.
cool. One of our friends has one of those.
Yeah. So, but yeah, those are, and then, you know, electrocution, he'll touch, the power lines touch 2 wires. Chimneys, put a cap on your chimney, a spark arrestor. Because barn owls are cavity nesters.
Oh,
And
yes.
they think chimneys are just fine. And the adults can figure out how to get in and out, but then the babies can't. So we had it was 1 week, it was like barn owl and the chimney week. And we have climbing up on the roof, you know, we have their nets, we duct tape a long pole to and stick them down there and try to fish because it had there was this humongous insert in and we ended up finally actually having to pull it out because we couldn't, it was like a dog leg chimney. It was very strange.
Very tricky to get the birds out.
So that one was, usually it's not as hard as that, but
you get to do all kinds of interesting things.
I'm never bored. Never bored.
So we kind of alluded to the fact that really your jurisdiction is Oregon at this point. Yeah. So what if people are, you know, a number of viewers are living in Washington State. They might find a bird that's injured there. What do they do? Well,
there is a WildCom number that I can't tell you off the top of my head, but
so there's a facility in Washington.
Well, you can call that number and and they can tell you who's the closest. But sadly, the closest to like Walla Walla in the Tri-Cities is WSU in Pullman, which is
a bit of a drive.
Terribly close. And the wildlife ward there does rehab, and so they will take wildlife, but they don't. And my understanding is they don't do very young. Like nestlings and small birds.
Also, though, right before we started talking, I heard your dream for having like another clinic or another facility similar to the one in Pendleton in the Tri-Cities area.
Yeah, yes.
Hoping for that, right?
Yes, no, that's my plan.
Planning for that.
Goal, whatever. We are in the process of planning to build a new clinic in Pendleton. And I'm hoping, you know, that will be by this time next year, maybe, I'm hoping. And then once we get the clinic in Pendleton, a new one, then we will start the process of locating a location and fundraising to build a sister clinic in Washington.
Yes.
I would imagine it'll be in the Tri-Cities or Walla Walla. We get a lot more things from the Tri-Cities just because it's bigger population.
Sure. Yeah, lots of
but
people.
we get quite a few calls from Walla Walla.
Yeah, but something that will work for all of those places.
And we will set up a network like we had when we were allowed to do Washington birds. So a transport network so we can help get things where they need to go. So that's the plan.
I love it. That'll be great. Because people really need to know what to do when they find an animal, they find a bird that has had some sort of accident or injury, but looks like it could recover. We need to know what to do.
Well, and the first thing to do is to find a box, cardboard box, put padded in the bottom, a towel, with some hay. You know, wear some gloves, pick up whatever it is, bird, put it in the box, close it up. and then put it in like this time of year, don't put it in the sun. So
You're
where,
right.
just a place where it can be comfortable, and then call, and either Blue Mountain Wildlife, or you can, nowadays people can just Google wildlife rehab,
Yes.
and you can find
Where to
the
take your
closest phone
the animal.
number, and yeah.
Well, Lynn, I want to thank you for what you're doing with the creatures in your home base there in Pendleton with Blue Mountain Wildlife. It's very important, and I know we really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, and I really appreciate the opportunity to talk about Blue Mountain Wildlife and what we do.
Glad you could.
Thank you.
There are lots of ways we can care for both domestic and wild animals, from adopting, spaying, or neutering our cat to working with injured wildlife. Each of us can help maintain a healthy natural balance. The good news is there is hope for a perfect future. Isaiah 11:6 says that on the earth made new, the wolf will live with the lamb, the leopard will lie down with the goat, the calf and the lion and the yearling together, and a little child will lead them. Are you looking forward to that, Gabriella?
Yes, I am.
Me too. Remember, if you are looking for a loving companion like Tuk Tuk, there are lots of wonderful cats waiting for a forever home. And if you want to make a real difference for animals in our area, both of these organizations appreciate volunteers. I think we should play a little with Tuk Tuk before I head back to work. What do you think?
I think so.
All right. And I'll see you next week on our next episode of Hometown. Do you love uplifting stories of people in our community as much as we do? When you give a gift, you make local, uplifting, community-focused programming like Hometown possible. To find out how, just use the QR code or visit our website at the link in our bio. And don't forget to like and subscribe to hear more great stories about our valley.